Happy Friday, Sainers. Welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. We have relief. We've been waiting and kind of expecting the worst, which is kind of just the way we are wired. But we got it. We got pick 8. We got first round band 1 compensation for Josh Battle, who is off to the Hawks on a lucrative 6-year deal. It's been a big week for the club. Bassett, Ross, the fact that Battle didn't go to the BNF, which he today clarified that didn't bother him that much, which I kind of assumed. But the news breaking now is that Josh Battle goes to the Hawks and we get pick 8. So we now have pick 7, pick 8, and I believe pick 25 in sort of the first round, second round of a strong draft. So now it's on people like Simon Dalrymple to nail it and get it right. We have no excuses now. We have the hand that we want. This allows us to either trade it around, pick the players best available at those picks. Obviously, it's going to be pushed out a little bit with the father-sons and the academies, but nonetheless, that is excellent news for us. So the age broke it. I'll just quickly go over the article for you in full detail. St Kilda will get a first-round pick, selection 8, as compensation for losing free agent Josh Battle to Hawthorn. The unrestricted free agent lodged his paperwork to join the Hawks immediately after the free agency window opened on Friday morning. The compensation St Kilda were to receive for Battle was the most eagerly awaited decision of the free agency compensation market because of the change in the salary cap and the mechanism for determining compensation. What mechanism? Battle's contract was sufficient more than $850,000 a year to draw a first-round pick as compensation for the Saints. Last year, North Melbourne received a first-round pick for losing Ben Mackay. The announcement of the compensation comes only days after St Kilda president Andrew Bassett used his speech at the club best and fairest to complain about the compromised AFL draft system. To complain. The 26-year-old Battle is informed St Kilda in August of his wishes to exercise his free agency rights. Battle was a high-profile, unrestricted free agent this year, meaning the Saints could not match the Hawks' long-term lucrative offer to force a trade when Battle chose Hawthorn as his new club. So that, in a nutshell, is exactly the way it's gone. On Twitter, it's funny seeing opposition supporters say that he's not worth that, and we only got it because we cracked it up at the BNF and this and that. And to be quite honest, the angrier opposition supporters are, the better we're going on and off the field. So if they're happy, that means we're struggling. If they're pissed off, that means we're doing something to shake the tree and we're getting things done right. And we got this, it's kind of a lottery. We don't really know what we had to do. I'm kind of picturing Andrew Bassett on the phone to the AFL all morning just saying, if you don't do this, you're going to be in trouble. And we've been vocal this week, and that could have gone against us. But at the end of the day, I think the right thing has been done. I think we lose a good player, but a player that was probably third string in our defence, a player that we can probably replace with current players, and in a very, very strong draft, particularly midfield dominant draft in that first 10 to 15 picks, to have 2 picks in that range is sensational. And based on our history at the draft over the last 3 years, we've been very, very successful. So I have full faith in the club that we're going to get a very strong hand, and we're going to use that to the maximum of our ability. And obviously around that range, there's going to be players like Murphy Reid, Sam Laylor, Sid Draper, although Sid Draper's probably going to go before us. But the fact that we could still land like a Laylor Reid or something like that combination is going to be unreal, assuming that that's kind of the way it goes. Harry Armstrong is touted to be around that range. He's a tall forward though, so I don't necessarily think we need that in that first range. But I'm really happy with this news. I know everyone else is going to be. Some of the tweets are quite funny. St Kilda should invite Josh Battle to their BNF for the rest of his life for getting pick 8. Pick 8 as compensation to the Saints for Josh Battle, a bit of a kick along for a club stuck in the middle for a long time through poor decision-making and some structural disadvantages. Have to get those 2 top 10 picks right. St Kilda gets band 1 compensation for losing Josh Battle as an unrestricted free agent. It means now we have pick 7 and 8 in the draft. Great news. Make it count. Battle for pick 8 is the best trade we've made in years. Top 10 for a back pocket. And I wouldn't disrespect him that much. He was top 3 in our BNF, and A main reason why our backline's been so strong. If Josh Battle's worth pick 8 in the AFL draft, then Gold Coast better get ready to hand over pick 6 for John Noble. Maybe even throw in pick 12 as steak knives. Oh man, this is funny. Don't you love that just everything St Kilda does at the moment just pisses everyone off? Like, I think that's kind of the key takeout at the moment. Good to have that out of the way early, because now I think that'll help facilitate maybe even other sort of situations, whether it's trade or whether we just want to swap it and break into sort of the 10 to 20 range even more. But I think either way, we should all be very happy with this. We have assets. You know, we have the tools now to get this list going and get it closer to where it needs to be to compete with these top teams, such as Brisbane and the Giants and Sydney and these teams that we're chasing in that top 4, top 8 range. So appreciate you watching, Saners. Put it in the comments. Let me know, who would you pick with these picks now that we've got? You know, we've got 2 picks in the top 10. Who would you select with them? Would you keep them? Would you trade pick 8 and split it for 2 other further picks? There's a lot of situations now that can come into play, which is exciting. So good job to the club, standing their ground, being vocal this week. Very proud of them. Shook that tree. We got what we deserved in the end, and now we just need to make it count. It's on us. No excuses. Get the mids that we need. And I think next year's going to look pretty good and years beyond that. So appreciate you watching it, Saners. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. And as always, go you mighty Saners. See you guys.